Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with On Point Politics, and today we're going to be going over my latest 2024 forecast after the guilty verdict from the hush money trial in New York City against former President Donald Trump. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below. And so we can see that my election model currently shows that Donald Trump is leading 2.2 percentage points in the RCP aggregate. That swings the election to the right. Biden has an approval rating of minus 15, almost 16 points. Trump is ahead in approval by 2.5 points against Biden, and gives us the final results based off of previous election results, swings and trends, you name it. We also have Gold Crown Politics as part of the model, but, just to get straight to the point, these are the election results that we get from the model. However, due to the fact that there has been a conviction out of the state of New York, we will be kind of using my model as a guide to kind of see where I think the election's going to end up. But I'm also going to give my own analysis as to where I think the polling data is going to be headed and things of that nature. So it's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag in this video. We're also going to be using previous election results as well as polling data to go ahead and look at all of these states. So for the safe Republican states, Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska's third, the first congressional district, and the at-large vote will go to former President Trump. Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, Missouri, Alaska, South Carolina, and Maine's second congressional district will all go safe Republican in this election scenario. Now, do I think that Iowa, Ohio, Texas, and Florida will be in the likely Republican column? My model currently states that Donald Trump is at 19-point victories in Iowa, ahead by 19.8 in Ohio, is ahead by 16.5 in Texas, and in Florida, it shows him ahead by 16.5 there as well. However, due to this conviction, I am going to put all of these in the safe category. And the reason why I'm going to do so is because I actually think that this is mostly going to be a wash of the electorate. A lot of people that thought he was guilty already had their minds made up. Everyone who thought he was innocent already had their minds made up. And even if people still didn't have their minds made up, a lot of those people may lean towards Trump due to a lot of the national issues that we see today. This administration, has the Biden administration has the borders wide open, inflation out of control, the economy is absolutely stagnating to its finest. It is absolutely abysmal. And I think that this is only going to help former President Donald Trump. But it was just known that, on Twitter, it has been reported that his donation page is crashing. His donation page is down because of how many people went to go donate to the former president. So clearly there is a semblance of a surge for the former president. However, we are going to go based off my analysis in my election model. As of right now, the aggregate in the polling data will probably take about a week or two to pick up on new voter sentiment from this verdict. But as of right now, the states of California, Hawaii, DC, Maryland, Massachusetts, and Vermont, as well as Maine's first congressional district, are still all safe Democrat. California is closer, as well as Hawaii, and most of these states are as of right now. But that puts all these in the safe Democrat column. For the likely Democratic states, you have Washington at around 11-point victory for the incumbent president. He actually wins it by 12.1%. Oregon at a 9.4 percentage point victory. Colorado and Illinois at around 7 points for Biden. Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Rhode Island are all likely margins, as well as the state of New York, which is where the trial did actually occur. Now, what's quite interesting is that we had a new poll that actually has Biden only up by 7 points, according to Emerson College, as of right now, which is really interesting that that is the case. This is a state that Biden won by 23 percentage points in 2020. So the fact that there's a poll that only has them up by 7 is absolutely insane in this scenario. And a polling error from 2020 would actually make the state tilt Democrat, which is extremely, extremely appalling for the Biden campaign as of right now. And all of these states that are likely were actually safe Democrat in the previous election, except for Colorado. Colorado was a 13.5-point victory. It has fallen to a 7.5-point victory for the incumbent president. So you clearly see Biden is struggling to kind of hold on to most of his base, even in this scenario. These states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, these were all states decided by under 3 points in the 2020 election. However, my forecast has Donald Trump winning Wisconsin by 9.4, Pennsylvania by 8.9, Michigan by around 7.5, North Carolina by almost 12, Georgia by 8.1, Arizona by 7.5, Nevada by 10 percentage points, which puts Donald Trump in the victory spot of 312 electoral college votes. Now we have New Mexico, Minnesota, Virginia, Nebraska second, Maine at large, and New Hampshire all in the toss-up category under 5-point victories according to my election model. As of right now, we will see that Minnesota is a lean margin of victory for the former president. We can see that in the scenario in 2020, Biden won it by 7 while winning the popular vote by 4.5 percentage points. However, now that the popular vote in the model is projected to be 5.5, you see that it is clearly a very large shift from the last election. Donald Trump is projected at 74 million votes, while Biden is sitting at 67 million votes as of right now. And that puts the state in the lean Republican column as of right now. If you look at New Mexico, it is really competitive. My model did have it going to Trump before, but after some adjustments I made and new demographic trends basically incorporated here, Biden is barely winning the state of New Mexico by 0.1%. It is extremely close, but it does narrowly end up going back to the incumbent president as of right now. This would be crazy because Biden won it by 10.8 percentage points in the previous election. So this would be a huge shift for Donald Trump in the state of New Mexico. And if he were to win the Hispanic vote nationwide, I could possibly see him winning it by over a point. But as of right now, we're going to leave that till Democrat. Now, the last 4 areas, we see Nebraska second. This was a district that voted for Biden in 2020 by 6.6 percentage points. If we look right now, it is listed as a 4.6 percentage point victory for the former president as of right now, which would be an overperformance from his 2016 margin in this state. Virginia is listed as a 1.2 percentage point victory. The polling aggregate, according to Decision Desk HQ, has it only a point up for Biden when you average out all the polls. There was a recent new poll out of Virginia that actually has the state tied, believe it or not, which is absolutely insane to see a poll out of the state of Virginia be tied like that. The state of Virginia went for Biden by 10.1 percentage points. And we can see here that Biden is tied in a head-to-head matchup. And with third-party candidates, Biden's only ahead by 2. And the margin of error here was around 1.7. So if you were to apply that error, Biden would be ahead by a tilt margin. But as of right now, my model has it as a 1.2 percentage point victory for the incumbent president. The state of Maine at large, as of right now, is a 2-point victory for the incumbent president. I expect the white vote to still shift to the right, but I think it's going to trend left compared to the rest of the nation. And you will see the state of Maine at large probably stay in the Democratic column, even with high third-party support, across the nation, which would eat a lot into Biden's margin. If there wasn't any third-party candidates, I'd expect Biden to probably win it by 7 or 8 as of right now. And if we look at New Hampshire, the final state on the map to fill out, it is a very narrow Trump victory. According to my forecast, he is winning by 0.6 percentage points in the state, which gives Trump a grand total of 327 electoral college votes to Biden's 211 electoral college votes as of right now, which would be a landslide election for the former president. This would be a historic defeat of an incumbent president in modern times, especially considering the fact that Donald Trump is the first convicted, former president in the history of the United States. This would be a pretty unprecedented result if this were to occur, but only time will tell. And my projection will update based on the polling data that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks or so. So make sure, if you want to stay tuned to what the race is looking like, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to go ahead and follow the Twitter and join the Discord in the description down below. And I will see you guys very, very soon.